Everything we've shown you so far has been adjustments to your camcorder. Next, we're going to show you some techniques that can help improve the quality of your home movies. Have you ever watched a home movie and started to feel a little sick because the camcorder wasn't still? The reason is because most people don't know how to support or handle a camcorder properly. This section was provided to help reduce the constant movement that occurs while videotaping. If you have a tripod, you really need to use it as often as possible. If you don't have one, you really need to consider buying one. Even an inexpensive tripod is better than none at all. While using a tripod, try not to move the camcorder a lot. If you need to move the camcorder while recording, make sure the tripod doesn't squeak. The sound will be heard during playback. And always make sure the camcorder is securely attached to the tripod before leaving it. Though with a mini or tabletop tripod, you're somewhat limited to the type of camcorder you can use. You can set them up just about anywhere. Monopods are similar to tripods, but have only one leg and are more portable than a regular tripod. While recording, you want to keep the camcorder as still as possible, and this is especially true when zoomed in on your subject matter. When the camcorder is zoomed in, movement is more noticeable than when zoomed out. Also, try to limit the amount of panning and zooming. When recording, you need to decide how you want the person to appear. Here are several shot types that are commonly used in the world of photography. A long shot is when your subject is at a considerable distance from the camcorder and is used primarily when you want to include the surroundings as well as your subject. A medium shot is used when you want to focus on a subject. When using this technique, remember to leave enough headroom and avoid the optical illusion that a person is squeezed in a box. Close-ups are used for capturing your subject's details and mood. As with the medium shot, be careful not to give the illusion of a head in a box. A good close-up spans from the middle of the chest to the forehead. Most of the pictures hanging on your walls probably have frames around them. Frames simply make pictures look better. The same holds true for your video. Sure, with the right editing software, you can create an artificial one, but what we're talking about here is natural framing, which involves using natural borders to frame your shots. Most of the time, you will be shooting subjects or objects that are stationary or at least semi-stationary. But on occasion, you'll want to record someone or something that is moving over a distance. When you do, you'll want to make sure you have enough lead room. Lead room is simply the space between your subject and the edge of the screen they're moving toward. Not allowing for enough lead room can give the illusion they're about to run into the side of the TV. But be careful not to allow for too much lead room. As a rule, the object moving should have 2/3 of the screen in front of them and have 1/3 of the screen behind. Similar to lead room is nose room, but instead of moving, your subject is facing a certain direction. As with lead room, the same rule of thirds applies to nose room. When you pan the camcorder from side to side and tilt up and down, try to limit it to no more than 15 degrees. If you need more than 15 degrees, stop the camcorder and start again from a different angle. Also, each pan should start and end with a stationary shot. When you zoom in and out, you change the focal length of the lens, causing the image to appear closer or farther away. Though you should avoid zooming while the camcorder is recording, most people just love to zoom. So if you just gotta zoom, as with panning, you should start and end a zoom with a stationary shot. And never zoom in and out in the same shot. Ask any film or video professional what is the most important element when making a movie. 99% of the time they will reply, light. This is also true when making your movie. For comparison, record video of someone inside in a room that is fairly well lit. Using the same camcorder, record the same person outside on an overcast day. The difference is obvious. The better lit something is, the clearer it will appear on screen. The most abundant and least expensive source of light is the sun. But at the same time, the sun can also cause you problems. As we stated earlier, you should never point your camcorder directly at the sun. It won't damage the lens, but can ruin your camcorder's imaging device. Allowing direct sunlight to fall on your camcorder lens at any angle can also cause problems. Dust particles that normally would not be seen on a lens are very apparent when sunlight hits the lens. As a general rule, even with a clean lens, try to place yourself as much as possible between your subject and the sun. Obviously, when the sun is directly overhead, you won't be able to do this, but the majority of the time, the sun is at some angle. At this point, you should have enough information to start making your home movies great. Experiment. See what looks good with your camcorder. And most of all, have fun.